Welcome everyone to the Menomonee Falls Memorial Tribute for 2020. Every crisis has new heroes. Now during the corona pandemic, the most visible heroes are the healthcare professionals who are saving others and risking their own lives while doing so. These heroes have much in common with the people we honor today, Americans' fallen veterans. They are men and women who have sacrificed their own lives so others could live. They are both elite and ordinary. They are elite in the sense of character, giving your life so others could live in the ultimate definition of selfless. They are ordinary in the fact they represent the diverse fabric of our country. They are rich and poor, black and white, male and female. They come from every background. In short, they look like any one of us. As we celebrate the selfless and untiring performance of the health care workers during the pandemic, it brings to mind the military, medics, doctors, and nurses who sacrifice their life while treating others on the battlefield. But not all of the heroes working during the COVID-19 are in healthcare industry. Grocers, first responders, delivery workers, and drive-through restaurant employees are just a few of the many people who rely on to provide services for society while risking their own safety. The military also had heroes in every occupational field. Truck drivers, cooks, and administrative clerks have all paid the ultimate price at sea, on land, and in the air. Military service requires great risk. Approximately 1 million men and women of the U.S. military have lost their life in defense of our nation since its founding. Not all have died from enemy fire. Oftentimes, death from disease and accidents outnumber casualties caused by enemy weapons. Even when the enemy is a visible virus, the sacrifices made are just as meaningful. U.S. military has already lost service members to the COVID-19. This Memorial Day, as we continue to honor those who fell in battle, let's also pause to remember those who have also sacrificed their life while serving others. May God bless them, and may God bless you for remembering them today. Thank you.
Greetings, fellow Americans, and welcome to the first and hopefully last virtual Menomonee Falls Memorial Day observance. Even though we would all prefer to be together at the World War II monument in Village Park, it's important to pause and remember together, no matter what the circumstances might be. We Americans who know the true meaning of the word ultimate sacrifice keep the men and women who have made that sacrifice in our hearts and minds every day. Each year on this day, we come together in times of war and peace to honor them. We honor them for sacrificing their lives so that we can enjoy ours in complete freedom. We honor that sacrifice by celebrating our freedom at a distance this year, and look forward to another day when we can be together at the monument in Village Park. This year I'd like to highlight the service and sacrifice of one very special American, Elmer William Stitchin. He is the brother of Dorothy Milbrath, who is a very active member of the Henry Schneider American Legion Post 382 Auxiliary. Elmer grew up in Hubertus, Wisconsin. He joined the United States Army in 1942. He did his basic training a long way from home in the southeastern United States. Elmer would be assigned to the famous 28th Division, known as the Keystone Division. Originally a National Guard unit, it is the oldest division in the Army, originally established in 1879. Training included offensive maneuvers in mountainous terrain and amphibious warfare. On October 8, 1943, the division boarded ships and headed for South Wales. Once there, Elmer continued training and honing his skills, trying to stay sharp. He wrote to his sister Dorothy, "Don't worry about me, and thank you for praying for me. I am going to church every night for 9 nights. Well, tomorrow is my second birthday in the Army. I am getting old, 22. Oh boy." Mostly, Elmer waited for what he knew was coming, the invasion of Europe. On July 22, 1944, the division, along with Private First Class Elmer Stitchin of Company G, 110th Infantry, left Hampshire, England. Their destination was the province of Normandy in northern France. They would land on a beach codenamed Omaha, the same beach where so many Americans had lost their lives during Operation Overlord. Over a month had already passed since that terrible day, D-Day, June 6, 1944. The Allies had gained very little ground since then. Elmer and the rest of the division engaged the enemy for the first time on July 31st. They quickly distinguished themselves as a tough-as-nails fighting force. The Germans nicknamed them Der Blutige Kugel, or Bloody Bucket Division, a reference to the bright red divisional shoulder patch on their uniforms and to their relentless fighting style. But the Allies had encountered a type of fighting for which they weren't prepared. The farms of the French countryside were separated from each other by a thick, impenetrable growth of trees and brambles, hundreds of years old, called hedgerows. The Germans used this feature for cover, making it impossible for the Americans to find them and direct their fire. German artillery knew the exact position of each hedgerow and were able to zero in on American positions. But American ingenuity and the ability to improvise and adapt would turn the tide. The 28th Division had helped break through. The race to liberate Paris was on, and then the ultimate prize, Berlin. On July 26th, Elmer wrote to his sister Dorothy, "Dear Sis, I am waiting in the sun with my feet hanging in a foxhole." Well, so Larry Janzer got killed on D-Day. Yes, maybe many more of us will get it, no one knows. Well, Dorothy, don't let Ma worry too much about me, and keep praying. Will you do that, sis? It is not too nice over here because it is too much like 4th of July every day. Well, sis, it is time for supper, and I will have to go to my pup tent and get things ready. So long, sis, and keep praying. God bless you all. These would prove to be the last words that Elmer's family would receive from him. He was killed in action on August 9, 1944, somewhere near Gethémo, France. He would not make it to Paris or to Berlin. He wouldn't make it home to Hubertus to see his sister Dorothy and the rest of his family. But because of his sacrifice, the ultimate sacrifice, the Allies did indeed liberate Paris, and the 110th Infantry Regiment, his regiment, was selected to march triumphantly in review through the Arc de Triomphe. Dorothy told me the story of when the officers came in an official car to tell her parents that Elmer had been killed. She said that the officers went out to the farm field to tell her father. One of her brothers, who was there when their father was told, said, "Dad just slumped down on the shovel." Dorothy went on to say that her father told all of the 7 children that they couldn't tell their mother about their brother's death until she got home from her job at the Rockfield canning factory and had a chance to eat her supper in peace before the devastating news was shared with her. Dorothy said that when her mother came home, she immediately said, "I thought of Elmer all day today." All of the children immediately scattered for fear that they would start crying in front of her. This is the story of just one American serviceman and his family. There are so many other stories that we will hopefully tell in the years to come. I will now read the Menomonee Falls Gold Star list with the names of our local fallen. Please take a moment to remember them and their families on this Memorial Day 2020. World War I. Albert August Dummel. Paul J. Kupel. Fred C. Henrizi. Leon E. Schuster. World War II. Walter J. Miller, Donald J. Buck, Julius F. Sierra, Robert Dooley, Gerald H. Hepner, Earl Cannonberg, William H. Meckley, Charles R. Olson, David B. Rice, Elmer W. Stitchen, Wilbur Airy, John M. Butina, Wesley R. Cox, Jr., Herbert J. Heinrich, Lawrence Janzer, Chester Creablin, Raymond Mudlitz, Richard Peters, Willard Schneider, Harvey Zimdars, Korea, Thomas Schultz, Vietnam, Michael James Kelly, Michael Ed Lex, Raymond Charles Jantner, Michael Mellon, Terrence Lee Sund, Eric Rudolph Radke, John Albert Gross, Thomas J. Meenan, Iraq, Todd Ryan Cornell. Thank you for joining us today to honor all who sacrificed everything for the love of our country. We wish you all well and look forward to seeing you in person in the days to come. Take care and thank you.
tomorrow all the things were gone I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land.